Okay, friends, we got we got Tucker Carlson on the screen today. Boy, this is 12 million impression. So wow, wait. This is 12 million views. This came out yesterday. Listen, it's taking Twitter by storm. Lord have mercy. This man has gotten my respect. It seems like when Fox News got rid of him, we just automatically fell in love with him. But here's the thing. As in most of the developing world, it's safer to be the president's son than his opponent. Listen, let's take a listen to what he has to say.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. This spring, word began to circulate in Washington that the House Oversight Committee, under its new chairman, Congressman Jamie Comer, had discovered criminal behavior after reviewing thousands of pages of the Biden family's bank records. Now, publicly, to the extent they responded at all, the White House dismissed the investigation as, of course, politically motivated. In any case, irrelevant. Hunter Biden was an adult, so his business dealings had nothing at all to do with his father, in this case, the President of the United States. But in private, everybody understood it wasn't quite that simple. There has long been overwhelming evidence that Joe and Hunter Biden's financial lives are not separate at all, but deeply intertwined. On Hunter Biden's laptop, there's a suggestion that the two of them even at one point shared a bank account. And of course, Hunter Biden wrote himself that he kicked back cash from his foreign business deals to his father. He wrote that bitterly.
Wow.
So the Oversight Committee's investigation was potentially a disaster for the White House, a scandal, possibly even the prelude to criminal charges. So in order to get ahead of all of that, Joe Biden's handlers did the one thing they could do.
What is that?
They set up an MSNBC interview to preemptively whitewash whatever Jamie Comer might find. Here's the results of that. This aired on May 5th.
Sir, there is something personal that's affecting you. Your son, while there's no ties to you, could be charged by your Department of Justice.
Look at the question, the way she frames that. Just ask the question. Your son, well, there's no tie to. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
How will that impact?
It's good to learn how to read these people's mannerism. Learn how they put words in your mouth kind of thing, especially when they are trying to paint a different picture. Yeah, we're picking up on those behaviors.
Your presidency.
First of all, my son's done.
Might find. Here's the results of that.
Listen to the question again.
This aired on May 5th.
Sir, there is something personal that's affecting you. Your son, while there's no ties to you, could be charged by your Department of Justice. How will that impact your presidency?
First of all, my son's done nothing wrong. I trust him. I have faith in him. And it impacts my presidency by making me feel proud of him.
Wow.
Okay, time for the master class. For free, you can audit it. Here it goes. Sir, showing appropriate respect, says the shill, there is something personal that's affecting you.
Oh,
Note the wording. Personal, not of public concern. Nothing law enforcement might be interested in.
I only picked up on the one when she said there's no tie to you, which already framed the question and gave a different perspective. It's propaganda, but manipulating the mind. But I didn't see the sir and wow, something personal. I didn't realize that. That's actually insightful.
The shill. There is something personal that's affecting you. Note the wording. Personal, not of public concern. Nothing law enforcement might be interested in.
No.
But personal, a sad family tragedy. That's the framing. And then this, a sentence choreographed to the letter. Your son, while there's no ties to you, could be charged by your Department of Justice. Got that? Well, there's no tie to you. So the answer...
This is why we love Tucker. This is why we love Tucker.
Is in fact in the question. Whatever Hunter Biden goes down for, and we know he is going to be charged because MSNBC said so, but when that happens, that's Hunter's problem. It's got nothing to do with Joe Biden. Rest easy, America. 5 days later, the Oversight Committee released its
I thought Biden was the big guy. Well, let's be quiet.
Findings, and they were in fact devastating. Quote, bank records show the Biden family, their business associates, and their companies, their many companies, received over $10 million from foreign nationals and their related companies, the committee wrote. Investigators had, quote, identified payments to Biden family members from foreign companies while Joe Biden served as vice president and after he left public office.
Way to go, Joe. Way to go.
So actually there was something there. It was a scandal.
So that it's diversifying. It's like money laundering, right? It's just, I open this business here and I take a little something. Open this business here and I take a little something. And it's hard for IRS to monitor that, and it's hard to trace after that. That's why Joe Biden can say, where is the money? So if you can't find the money, you can't charge me of any crime. What a system. And I think this is where capitalism could be an issue. And I'm not advocating for socialism here, no Marxist theory. I'm not believing in that. But this is the danger of capitalist society. Doesn't mean it's the worst system, but I'm just saying there are some serious potholes that allows this to take place. Just saying.
Racketeering, money laundering, wire fraud, those are some of the crimes the Bidens seem to have committed, in addition, of course, to selling out the United States for cash.
Yeah.
So what would happen to them? Well, Donald Trump had an idea, quote, they'll hit Hunter with something small to make their strike on me look fair.
He did say that. Oh, man, Trump is something else, boy. Something had to be done to Mr. Hunter so that Trump's indictment could look legitimate. Now, we have a case for Trump because we did deal with this president's son. We are in trouble.
Trump wrote that about 2 weeks ago, and it turned out those were prescient words. This morning, Hunter Biden pleaded guilty to pretty much nothing. Biden pled to 2 misdemeanor tax evasion charges, then entered a diversion on a federal gun charge.
Mercy.
That's it. As far as Merrick Garland's Justice Department is concerned, Hunter Biden is done. There was no pre-dawn raid carried live simultaneously on CNN.
Wow.
There was no perp walk, no handcuffs, no press conference.
No.
Above all, there was no felony. Hunter Biden, who broke federal gun laws, can still...
So with all this evidence, it's just amazing to me. Woo! And I'm not shocked. I'm just like, I'm at ease because it confirms everything the Bible says. Everything. Everything the Bible says. Put not your trust in princes, nor in a son of man in whom there is no help. His breath goeth forth, he returneth to the earth, and in that very day his thoughts perish. Corruption. They can't help you. They have ulterior motives. It is greed and evil work, man. This stuff, oh man, it's just... James put it somewhere. This is how James puts it. James puts it that way. James the Apostle. Where envy and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. I tell you what, let's keep going.
Carry a gun. It's like it all never happened. In fact, the Justice Department just baptized Hunter Biden, a life...
Carrying a gun is not going to get him any charges because he didn't use it in a crime. So that's like a little, you know what I'm saying?
Lifetime of sins washed away in an instant.
Say that again. Say that again.
There was no felony. Hunter Biden, who broke federal gun laws, can still carry a gun. It's like it all never happened. In fact, the Justice Department just baptized Hunter Biden, a lifetime of sins washed away in an instant. It was a secular miracle.
A lifetime of sin washed away in an instant. Oh man, oh man. It's good to read those below. I'm not gonna waste my time reading them. But that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. Hold on, I'm not here to answer a question. I'm just here because I'm a black lesbian. Wow, Elon Musk is raising interesting questions. It is pretty amazing that it is something to watch. Hunter Biden just got his sins washed away.
Elliot Brody pled to a FARA violation. The department began sending people to prison on FARA violations. The official explanation was, we're cracking down on foreign influence in Washington. And of course, privately, everyone in Washington laughed. They knew that was absurd. In fact, it's the opposite of the truth. Foreign powers have never had more power in Washington. Their agents are everywhere, in every federal agency and throughout business, down to and including in executive positions at various social media companies.
Wow.
The Biden administration knows all of this, and it's not a problem. In fact, it's their policy. From the administration's perspective, the concerns and the demands of, say, the Chinese government, or particularly the Ukrainian government, are far more important than the needs of American voters.
Yep.
We're cracking down on foreign influence.
I heard that they came out recently, the Pentagon came out recently and say, we made a boo-boo financially, somewhere about $6 billion that was spent and was not properly audited. American taxpayer dollars, by the way. Yep. And they went on to say, that's not going to stop us from supporting Ukraine. So, you really? Okay. That's the political world for you.
Please. The point, the only point of enforcing FARA, after decades of ignoring it, is to harass and imprison high-profile political opponents. Trump donor Elliot Broidy pled to a FARA violation a few years ago. So did Trump campaign manager, famously Paul Manafort. He went to prison. Last year, the DOJ went after Trump confidant Steve Wynn under FARA. But in the end, the Biden administration overreached so comically that the whole thing was thrown out by a judge. But they tried. So as long as they're trying, if it was a fair system, Hunter Biden would be first on the list of those next to be charged with a FARA violation. In fact, many of them.
True.
Hunter Biden was a foreign agent. He never registered as one. But for years, that's exactly what he was. He sold access to his father and other lawmakers to the Chinese and the Ukrainians and countries throughout the world. There's no debate about that. The FBI has known about it for years. For years, they've had possession of Hunter Biden's laptop. But they didn't charge him for it today.
Nope.
They never will. Why? Well, you know the answer. Hunter Biden has good genes. A more interesting question, though, which is another question the feds will never consider, is what does Hunter Biden do for a living now?
We don't know.
This is a man with no obvious job and, of course, zero skills.
Are you serious?
Midlife smoking crack. Yet somehow he's managed to live pretty well.
Who's taking these pictures of him? And I don't want to know, but it's still kind of like weird that he's even having pictures of him taken in this fashion.
Despite rising inflation. He's been living in big houses in the costliest residential neighborhoods in the world. He's been paying his stripper baby mama $20,000 a month in child support. And he has retained a team of the most expensive lawyers in the country who spend quite a bit of time sending threatening letters to anyone who asks questions about how they're being paid. We can confirm that firsthand. So again, what does Hunter Biden do for work? That's a fair question. And tonight we have the answer. For years, Hunter Biden was an influence peddler. Now, Hunter Biden is a self-actualizer. He self-actualizes for a living. He gets in touch with himself, his feelings, and he follows his muse. Here he is explaining his new vocation in a 2019 ABC News interview.
This is new.
Yeah.
Studio.
Yeah.
But now he's opening the doors to a place never captured by a paparazzi's lens, his refuge, an art studio where he finds solace in painting.
What's the goal of it?
Oh, media. We love you guys. ABC News. Come on. Wash away his sins, please.
Boy.
No goal. That's the perfect part about it. It's just, it literally keeps me sane.
It keeps me sane.
His refuge, far from the paparazzi's lens.
Oh, that's why I love Tucker. Tucker's sarcasm is something else, boy.
His refuge, an art studio where he finds solace in painting.
What's the goal eventually?
No goal. That's the perfect part about it. It's just, it literally keeps me sane.
His refuge, far from the paparazzi's lens.
Of course.
In other words, we're not the paparazzi, we're ABC News. What's the goal of this? Your refuge. There's no goal, he says, grinning with those fake teeth. It just keeps me sane. But actually, there was a goal. And if you didn't know what a virtuous person Hunter Biden was, you might think it looked a lot like money laundering. 2 years.
You know, Tucker is one of the most powerful men right now. And he is free. Fox News, that's why they give him one of those, a letter. They're asking him, stop it. Stop talking. But this is his opinion. This is not a show. He's not getting paid. He has no contract, no deal with Twitter. This is him sharing his opinion. You can't stop that. That's called freedom of speech. And he's 12 million views. It's only been a day. Lord. Yeah, he released it yesterday at 2:41 p.m. Sheesh. This could easily end up at 50 million views by the end of the week. Lord have mercy.
After that interview, Hunter Biden was selling prints of his art. And to be clear, just the prints, not the, quote, art itself.
Of course not.
But effectively photocopies of it for $75,000 a pop. Apparently, Hunter Biden moved 5 of these repros in just days. That's $375,000 in less than a week for signing copies of your fake art.
Wow.
As for the paintings themselves, childish self-indulgent blots, those sold for
Child himself indulgent blot.
$175,000 in less than a week.
Wow.
For signing copies of your fake art. As for the paintings themselves, childish self-indulgent blots, those sold for $500,000
Wow.
apiece. So the question is, who bought them and
paper.
why?
On paper.
It'd be interesting to know. There's a story there for sure, but of course we have no right to know. There's no public policy implication. It's not like Hunter Biden's finances have anything to do with his father's finances.
No way.
Meanwhile, once his father did become president, corporate publisher Simon & Schuster lined up as well to pay Hunter Biden's bills. According to news reports, Simon & Schuster gave Hunter Biden millions of dollars for his highly selective account of his wholly unaccomplished life. And then the publisher lined up brainless celebrity endorsers like Dave Eggers and Stephen King to promote it. King, who apparently will say anything if it helps the party, called Hunter Biden's silly manuscript a, quote, harrowing and compulsively readable memoir. And then Stephen King described Hunter Biden himself as beautiful. Needless to say, the book sold miserably, but Hunter Biden got to keep the millions, and that was the point. And so on.
Wow.
This kind of thing apparently happened a lot. Again, there seems to be a story here, and we think it's probably worth learning a lot more about it and bringing it to you. In the coming weeks, we will. In the meantime, though, the question is, what can we learn from Hunter Biden's plea deal today? First off, the obvious. For the children of the people in charge, there are no penalties. There are only upsides. They're princelings. They can do what they want. You are not. Therefore, you can't. So don't get any ideas about cheating on your taxes or violating federal gun laws.
Of course not.
Unless you want to celebrate next year's Father's Day through the glass in the visitor's room. The rules definitely apply to you, including rules you don't yet know exist. But there is also a deeper lesson here, a more disturbing one. What we're watching through Hunter Biden's life and through the Biden administration, now entering its 3rd year, is the total inversion of virtue. What was once considered admirable is now derided as stupid, if not racist. That would include achievement, intelligence, honesty, self-control, humility. Those are features of the old America. Those were yesterday's virtues. They are gone.
That's true.
In their place, all that we once considered contemptible and repulsive, we're told to worship that now. Here's a small example, but we think a revealing one. In addition to his many other sins, Joe Biden has hired what has to be the single dumbest, nastiest, most dishonest, most ridiculous person he could possibly find for the very public position of White House press secretary. There's a point to it, of course. It was a humiliation exercise. It was designed to degrade the country and dispirit the rest of us. That's the White House press secretary? Shut up! But here's the thing. The White House...
That's why the person below says, man, yeah, hold on. I'm not here to answer the questions. I'm just here because I'm black. I'm a black lesbian. Yeah, we get it.
Cheating on your tax.
We get it.
Those are position of White House press secretary. There's a point to it, of course. It was a humiliation exercise. It was designed to degrade the country and dispirit the rest of us. That's the White House press secretary? Shut up! But here's the thing. The White House press secretary herself has no idea why she's in the job. She thinks she's amazing. Here she is in a clip we just saw.
A year in this role, there's been a couple of things that has made me incredibly proud. Many things that made me incredibly proud to be at that podium during this historic moment. Again, this is a historic administration. I'm a historic figure, and I certainly walk in history every day.
By the way, her parents are from Haiti, and I'm also from Haiti. We don't know what this girl is talking about. Literally, like, what does that mean? You walk in history? Like, because you're a lesbian, because you're black, because your parents are from Haiti, that doesn't make you a historical figure. Like, what is she talking about? Like, with all due respect, like this is not history.
Today,
I'm a historic figure.
I know.
Imagine saying that. I'm a historic figure, but she does. And she says it in a burst of sincere self-congratulation.
Of course.
Marked by her signature bad grammar. Illiterate, but proud. Of course she's proud. Karine Jean-Pierre is now a historic figure. Just like Hunter Biden is now an important artist. It makes you feel stupid for going to work.
Yeah.
You'll hear people say the news.
Say what you want to say, man, but there's obviously the corruption is building up, man. Much more could be said, but I'll tell you what. I think Tucker Carlson is on fire right now. That was an amazing presentation. Do I need to say anything? Corruption. It just keeps adding up, man. And it's true, like the things that we used to consider good is no longer good. We are in the phase of what the Bible says in Isaiah 5:20. This is one of those texts where we are calling evil good and good evil. We are putting darkness for light and light for darkness. We are in that phase now. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, wood bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, that are prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength that mingle if strong drink. Here is the next thing. Which justifieth the wicked for reward, and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. We justify the wicked. We said the evildoers, they get away with it. And we condemn those that are just. We magnify the sin of one man, and we justify and cover up the wickedness and the evil doing of another man. Like, I mean, this is it. This is where we are. But God is the judge. He'll take care of business. I'm not worrying about you. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. Share your thought and perspective below. I think Tucker Carlson was certainly on fire. What do you think about this presentation here in this video? Check out our merch. And also consider becoming a member of the channel. It's one of the ways to get this stuff forward. But my Locals is up and running. We got videos going there as well. Things that we cannot put on YouTube goes on Locals. Yeah. So link in the description below. All right, friends. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you. Take care now. Have a good one. Bye-bye.